Hey, hello, hi, Soraka, welcome to Prince of Persia, The Sands of Time. You must be wondering, what the hell? Isn't this game like 16 years old? You'd be right, it is a very, very old game. I thought I'd take a bit of a detour from my XCOM series that I've been uploading on my channel all this time. I don't want to get burned out on it, so I figured, you know what, I'm just gonna play some old games that I grew up with and I love and enjoy so much. And Prince of Persia is one of them. So I've already completed Dead Rising. I'll complete Dead Rising 2 sometime soon. But for now, I'm going to stick with Prince of Persia. This was a really cool game. I was playing it in my intermediate and high school years. Um, it's a 3D platformer, puzzle, action game. For the PS2 at the time, I'm playing this now on PC. Can't remember if it was released on the PC at the same time, but nevertheless, here we are playing it now. So I'm not going to spoil too much on the story. I think we're just going to get stuck into it. If you have played it before, I hope you enjoy reliving this with me, if you are here for that. If you haven't even played or seen this game before, I hope you enjoy me playing through it. So without further ado, let's get into it. Here we're controlling the Prince of Persia. His name's classified, apparently, because he's a royal, and we're not allowed to know his real name. And we're about to enter this strange little glowy...
Most people think time is like a river that flows swift and sure in one direction. But I have seen the face of time, and I can tell you, they are wrong. Time is an ocean in a storm. You may wonder who I am and why I say this. Sit down, and I will tell you a tale like none that you have ever heard. Know first, I am the son of Shahraman, a mighty king of Persia. On our way to Azad with a small company of men who passed through India, where the promise of honor and glory tempted my father into a grievous error.
No, my son.
Your Majesty, I trust you will remember your promise. The Maharaja's treasure vaults lie within.
See how he fights. Like a warrior son.
Alright, so here we are. We're invading this palace of some sorts in
I
a
think I
all-out
felt regret
war.
as I gazed upon the destruction we had wrought, or at least humility at the speed with which a world can be transformed from a good world into a hell. If you think so, you are mistaken. For in that moment I thought of one thing only: the honor and glory I would bring my father by fighting like a warrior in my first battle.
So apparently this is his first battle, and he's the prince. So without any backup, we've just seen our fellow backup get obliterated by some sort of cannon. Anyway, let me just get reacquainted with the controls. Last time I played this was on a controller, so it looks like we can, oops, we can use WASD to move as per normal. Let's climb up here, run towards the edge and press jump. Okay, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay, so take some getting used to. I haven't played this on the PC, but I think we can get used to it. To run up the wall, hold right click. Nice. So you can see our prince here is a bit of a parkour specialist. Quite the badass, and we're getting extremely lucky. Well, that wasn't very lucky. I almost freaking jumped off the wall. It happened again. Jeez. Alright, let's hope that doesn't happen a third time. Nope, it does. Okay, this camera. Run towards the edge and jump. There we go. Okay. Run towards the edge and jump. Nice. Okay, so anyway, you can see here the game. It's about navigating jumps and puzzles and obstacles. Here we've got our first little combat scene. We've got a lone guard patrolling by himself. I don't know what he's doing here. He was just wandering around aimlessly. He was probably hoping no one would see him. Hey buddy, let's go. So it's just left click, right click to attack and block. Oh, this guy never even had a chance. I think he's dead. Alright, cool. Let's keep moving. Oh, more of them. Oh, nice moves there, buddy. So yeah, it's a mix of combat and navigation, platforming. But it's pretty fun. Especially since it was one of the newer games for the PS2 when it first came out. Sort of replaced my Crash Bandicoot, Spyro the Dragon
Many
sort
men
of
that
things.
day sought to win honor and glory on the battlefield, that their king might say to them, as Khosrow said to Rustam, "You are the noblest of my warriors." From the moment my sword tasted blood, I knew this would not be my way. I would win my father's praise not by killing, but by being the first to find the Maharaja's treasure vault and the wonders within.
Indeed, you will be. I like how the Prince sort of tells his story as well, so I don't have to do all the work. Thank you, Prince. Very good job. Very good job. So here we go. We got more combat going on. So let's take care of these guys. You can see here he's a bit of a pacifist. It sounds funny when I say it now when I'm killing these guys, but he'd prefer to prove his worth by gathering treasure instead of sort of killing everyone there is to kill. So that's pretty honorable in that sense. I think he'd make a great king. Let's take care of these guys. No problem. Any more? Nope. That's it. He's quite a dashing young fellow as well. He's worthy of being a prince, I think. Maybe even a Disney one. I don't know. Probably a bit too violent for a Disney prince. Jeez. And as with any platformer, the environment tailors itself to give us the ultimate challenge. So here we go. We can do run along the wall. How badass is that? First time in battle and he's doing all these moves. Makes you wonder what he does in his free time, eh? Let's climb up the ladder. Fortunately, there are some conventional means to navigating, such as climbing wooden ladders. If you noticed before, I drank some water. This is how we gain our health back. So we need to look out for any pools of water or fountains. And we can heal ourselves. Nice little gaping hole in the wall there for us to use. Nice to see the siege equipment actually doing its job for once. And giving us a way in. Let's take these guys out. These little clowns. What kind of armor is that? You're topless, buddy. Easy for me to stab. One at a time, one at a time. Let's do the ultimate move of jumping over their back and slicing them up. It's one of my favorite moves in the game. As we go through the game, we sort of learn new moves that we can use in our combat phases, which we'll get to eventually. Alright, so these clowns just died to someone who's literally the first time battling, apparently. Clearly they weren't very well trained guards. So let's just navigate along this path here. So obviously, since the beginning of the game, things are pretty simple. Nothing too out there in terms of navigation puzzles or combat. We'll see later on how we fare. Hopefully we can do this without dying at all. I like doing those sort of game runs. It makes the game feel more canon, if I can say so myself. Like, if we're not dying, like obviously the guy didn't die if we were to make it to the end. Alright, so these guys just like to wander, fight me one at a time, like a good old Jackie Chan movie or something like that. Nice try. Fortunately, I'm ready for that. Looks like we're all out of slow-mo in terms of our special moves. I don't mind that, otherwise this game would be like 50 hours long. I think it's about 20 hours from my memory, so we should have a decent amount of gameplay in this. We can climb columns as well. There we go, there's more slow-mo. Cool. So yeah, so we've got multiple ways of navigating the environment. Pole climbing, ledge, shimmying,
Shall I
wall
continue
running.
my story from here the next time we're interrupted?
Yes, please.
Done. I'll start the story from here next time.
Cool. Alright. So we can run along the wall, of course. Hopefully I am not too clueless on the puzzles that we've got in this game. It has been a while. I remember There were a couple puzzles that had me a bit ponderous, I guess. But that's probably because I was kind of young at the time. But it looks like I can remember the gist of the movement.
There it lay, just out of reach. The dagger of time.
The dagger of time.
There was a treasure I could carry with pride as a trophy of our victory. If I could
Yes.
only get there.
We'll get there. The dagger of time is glowing right in front of our faces. If you couldn't tell already, that's a very important artifact. Fortunately, we can't reach it. There's this block of concrete blocking the way. How am I going to... Is it this way? Yes, cool. So we'll navigate. There we go. Doing fine. I love the wall run mechanic. I remember if I was ever stuck, I'd just use that. Ah, the classic Indiana Jones palace defense system. Of course, this will keep any intruders out. Not really. We're the Prince of Persia. Basically the Indiana Jones of the Middle East. We just run into spiky poles, apparently. Whoa. Couldn't see where I was going there for a sec. But we're fine. We're okay. Oh, we can drink. Ah, something tells me I don't think we're supposed to jump down here. Let's climb back up. Where are we going? This way. We'll run. Just making it to the ledge there. Pretty cool. And we'll just go through this little pathway. Does feel like a little National Treasure vibe here. Whoops. Spiky poles. Gotta love them. Let's run. Jump. Yeah, there's something about these platforming puzzles that gets to me, you know? They feel so fun. I feel like... Because I'm really kind of, let's just say, I'm not very fit in real life. And being able to do this stuff in a game, it's like my fantasies. Imagine while running. Whoa, that was close. Of course, the ledges happen to collapse right where I can grab onto another one. How very handy is that? I don't even know why they're collapsing all of a sudden. They seemed just fine a couple of days ago. It's only now that I'm trying to get the dagger that they pose a problem. But such as games. It's sort of like Half-Life as well. Another favorite game of mine. I don't know if I'll play it on the channel though. It's been done to death. But something would always happen to like block your way or be an inconvenience. Whoa, gotta be careful here, especially with the camera angles. How freaking nerve-wracking is this? You know, just jumping back and forth. Any sort of jump could be your death. We're fine. Got some water here. Yeah, we're full health. Doesn't really matter too much. Let's grab that dagger. I think we gotta ascend to this giant statue thing. There we go. I don't know who that is. Doesn't look like me, so it can't be me. And here we go. Another favorite pastime of mine, when I can actually do it, is jumping back and forth between walls and somehow gaining height. There we go, we made it. There it is.
Sand.
Whoa. Don't know if you just noticed that, but I think we kind of just rewound time.
I had what I came for. It was time to get out. Now.
Okay, let's do it. We've got the dagger of time in our hands now, as you can see there on the left. We've got a bar. Whoa, we've got spikes now. Why are they under the floor? With this dagger, we can do wonderful things. As we just saw, we can rewind time. Now that's a one of the gameplay elements of Prince of Persia: Sands of Time, is that you can rewind time. If you make a mistake or anything like that, just hit the button, boom, you're rewinding. And really comes in handy when you die, obviously. You can still use it after you're dead. So if you make a fatal mistake or something like that, like jump into a hole.
Father, I have brought us honor and glory.
Majesty, you promised me my choice of the Maharaja's treasures. That dagger.
Surely you won't deny the lad a souvenir of his first battle. You may have your choice of all the Maharaja's other treasures. Except that hourglass. That will make a fine gift for the Sultan of Azad when we pass through his city. And some exotic animals for his menagerie. And a few dozen slave girls. Yes, that should be enough. I want no animals or maidens harmed until I have chosen. Let it be known, King Shahraman is merciful in victory.
Trust not a man who has betrayed his master, nor take him into your own service, lest he betray you too. I learned the truth of this to my sorrow, the day that we arrived in Azad as the Sultan's honored guests.
My friend.
My friend, your visit brings joy and honor to my poor and humble dwelling. If only you'd given me time to prepare a proper welcome.
The glories of Azad are famed throughout the world. And yet, the best is yet to come. I give you the sands of time. May the friendship between our kingdoms endure as long as time itself.
The sand, why does it glow?
I can tell you. Inside the hourglass is a marvel that no living man has seen. Alas, only the dagger can unlock the sands of time, and it belongs to a greater one than I. A young prince, dearer to his father than all the wealth of India. Perhaps he will oblige.
No. No! Stop!
Is it made to do this?
Alicia Sigataha!
Give me the dagger.
No.
You have unleashed the sands of time. I can undo what you have done. Give it to me.
Looks like we got completely bamboozled. That vizier was not happy he couldn't have the dagger or the Sands of Time. If you noticed in that cutscene, he got mad. Everything's gone to hell right now. There's people running all over the place and they've locked me out here. And things have turned into... people have turned into things, I should say. Whoa, okay. Alright, here we go. We've got our first encounter with these sand creatures. Gotta be really careful now. We're in serious business. Tutorial over. Oh, jeez. Okay, remember, we've got the dagger.
Use the dagger.
Okay, so to kill these guys properly, we have to use the dagger to absorb their body and collect sands for our
Strike with the
dagger.
Take his sand.
So, yeah, if we don't use the dagger, as our helpful friend is telling us,
Now, finish him.
they will just come back. Okay. Move! There we go.
Each time I struck them down, they rose to fight again. I soon realized that only by taking into my own dagger the sands that possess them could I liberate them from their monstrous living death.
Thank you, Prince. The audience was asking about that earlier, but I managed to explain it to them. Thanks. There we go. So, things are sort of straightforward for now. Oh, there's more of them. Jeez, they just come out of nowhere, huh? Let's not waste any time. Grab them. Thankfully, they give us a little break when we are absorbing one of their fellow friends. They won't attack us while we're grabbing them, which is pretty handy. Look how kind they are. But yeah, pretty much everyone in this palace, I would say, has been turned into one of these things, except for a couple. Not a lot, including myself. That's because we are wielding the dagger of time. I suppose we'll find out how come other people have survived as well, like the Vizier, as we go through the game. It's not a complicated story by any means, but it's a nice, simple adventure. Like, you know, National Treasure, right? Whenever it's on TV. The one with Nicolas Cage. Like, it's not the most amazing story, but it's fun to watch.
Done. I'll start the story from here next time.
Alright, so what we just saw there was a sort of premonition of things to come. So that's the cool thing. You walk into these things, this is how you save the game, and it will give you visions.
You think me mad? I can see it by the look in your eyes. You think my story is impossible. Perhaps I am mad. Who would not be driven mad by horrors such as I have lived? But I assure you, every word is true.
And on that note, I think we should end the episode here. So whenever we walk into these things, we can save the game, and we get a sort of preview of things to come, whether it's immediately or maybe even a bit more in the future. In either case, I hope you guys enjoyed this first episode of Prince of Persia: Sands of Time. Really can't wait to get stuck into this game once again. It's something I've played a couple of times, but I haven't played it recently, so it's a good little refresher for me, and hopefully for you as well. But if it's your first time, I hope you have enjoyed it so far, and I look forward to see you guys in the next episode. Take care. Goodbye.